All right, welcome back, everybody, to a very, very special episode of Stardom Bed'em Fantasy Football Podcast, where gambling meets fantasy. I'm your host, Brendan Shelly. I'm with my man, Dan Ambrose. Dan Ambrose, what's going on, dude? Happy Super
Not
Bowl.
much. Yeah, happy Super Bowl. Looking forward to the game, this show, as we've always done for the past decade now, kind of going through prop bets. I'm not usually a big prop better, but I do like to start throwing some down on the Super Bowl. So I got about 11 that I've already wagered on so far.
I love it. And that is, for new listeners, that's a lot for Dan. Dan's not a prop guy. I am the prop guy, and Dan is definitely the game caller. So we're going to get into the game. We're going to get into all that. But at first, I want to recap a little bit of the season, and I did it in the best way I could with clothes, okay? So I got a little special treat again for our troller out there. My Justin Fields jersey shirt is on, where an action photo of Justin Fields. Then I brought back this bad boy, the official Super Bowl jacket of last season, one more time to show it off. My Philadelphia Eagles were victorious. I figured I'd just throw that out one more time because I won't be saying that probably for a couple more years, and it hurts my heart. So let's get into the game, Dan. Tell me who's playing. Let's start with that. Tell me who's playing. Let's get into
All right.
it. Come on.
Well, if you've been living under a rock, I'll let you know the Seattle Seahawks are playing the New England Patriots. Seattle is favored currently at 4.5 points. Over-unders at 45.5. I feel like everybody's pretty high on Seattle right now. In fact, the people I've spoken to, I haven't really heard anyone say they're going to take the Patriots unless they've been a Patriots fan, right? So I'm very interested to see how this game turns out. I did take the Patriots at +5 the first day or two after it opened. I do like the over as well. I think that this game there's going to be some scoring going on, but I don't know. That's the boring part of this, right? Like the props is really where it's at. So we should get into at first, I guess, who do you like? Do you have you decided?
I'm kind of with you. I think both teams are very evenly matched. I really feel that way. I think they both honestly overperformed to get here. I don't mean that in any offensive way whatsoever. They both deserve to be where they are. They've earned that right. But these teams, if anybody called this in the beginning of the season, are full of shit. I mean, congratulations if you did. It's gotta be crazy.
We had the one guy who did at Circa. He ends up wagering $100 before the season, right? And I think his 100 now goes up to 310,000 if the Patriots win. So he called the Patriots Seahawks, and then with the Patriots winning. So
that's crazy.
Yeah.
So Dan, in that situation, you got everything you got is on New England Patriots. Are you hedging? What are you doing in that position?
Yeah, I think you got to put money on Seattle, right? I mean, it sucks that it's probably -200, and but I mean, Circa usually does a pretty good job with these types of scenarios where they'll give him a credit line to use, and maybe he puts allowed to put 100,000 maybe on the money line. Still net about 50K if Seattle does win.
I know, it hurts my heart. Yeah, it's not bad. You're still coming out on top. It's just like, what do you do in that situation? I'm always hedging. Dan calls me a pussy for a reason when it comes to betting. I'm always hedging.
True.
In that major situation, it's good to hear Dan has common sense as well. Dan's usually like, nah, man, I'm in. I made this bet. I'm going to hang with it. I hedge the shit out of things. And for the new listeners, if you don't know what hedging is just kind of guaranteeing at least what you wagered to be a lock, and then hopefully trying to make a lot more off of that. So in that situation we talked about, the only way you hit is if New England hits, so you got to bet against it, and you had to bet the money line. That's why Dan said it was -200, because otherwise you're gambling on Seattle to win by 4.5 points. And then if that doesn't happen, you're really screwed. So you didn't win anything. You just threw away money. You still won the Patriots, but you just threw away a lot. Yeah, I got a lot of props, man. You know me, the prop guy. So for the game, I don't know, 4.5 points, very tight. I would probably lean towards the Patriots with the line, but I'm not going to do that. I do like the over. The over currently is at 45.5. Both of these teams they have some, like I said, they're evenly matched, but Seattle has that firepower that can go off at any given time. And I can see the Patriots stepping up and making some big plays too to kind of hang in there. I can see this game getting a little bit of a slug match. I hope it becomes that, but the books don't think that's the case. Looking through these prop bets, they think a lot of defense is going to be played and it's going to be fun. So let's go through our passing props to start, Dan. I figure we'll kick off with passing. And who else to start but Drake May? We talked about him earlier. Over 199 and a half yards passing. It's at minus 165. So you're paying the VIG. It's pretty good money there. I like that. So I probably go little on that one. Sam Darnold, over 249 and a half rushing and passing yards combined. Mind you, Sam's good for what, 8, maybe tops rushing yards, but we're really going for that 250. And then 250 alternate for some reason wasn't paying as good, just pass. So I did the rush pass and I found it plus 120. I think it's probably a special at one of the books. Drake May, I like him for one thing, over 34 and a half yards, longest completion, because Dan Ambrose loves to bet that booty rocket everywhere, man. Kayshawn Booty is the man when he goes and gets that ball, and that's probably going to happen this game. So Drake May, over 34 and a half, longest completion at plus 110. And then more than 2 passers to throw a pass. We're going to talk about that with our crazy fun bets. Dan, what are your props? You got any passing props, man?
Yeah, so I took one, Drake May, over on TD passes. So I took it over 1.5 at plus 115. We'll get into it shortly, I guess, but I do hope that Booty has a great Super Bowl.
Well, tell us about it. Let's hear about receiving props. We'll go into
All right.
receiving next, then we'll hit
So
rushing.
my receiving props essentially are all around Booty having a pretty huge game.
I knew it.
So I got him over 2.5 over 2.5 receptions at plus 110. Most receiving yards in the game at 12-1. And then also just over 75 yards receiving is at 5.5-1.
I love what you did there. It's extremely aggressive, but you're rooting for maybe 2 go routes, and he's got this. I mean,
Yep.
that's all it takes. Those are awesome, man. I love it. I hope Booty continues to make you money. Dan, once again, is not a big prop guy. He followed me on a Booty bet. We both hit that one. Then you did it again, right? And you hit it by yourself one week. I think you
Yeah,
did.
I got rocked though in the playoffs with them too, so
Yeah.
it wasn't
So
overly great.
it's time for him to pay you back. All right.
It is.
This is the game. Of all games, it's gonna be this game, right? I love it. That's aggressive with Booty. And do you have any more receiving props?
No, no more receiving props.
All right. Well, I got a few here. Really, they're kind of set around, I guess, 3 people. So I'm going to give you multiple options. That's the beauty of the Super Bowl. There's so much action. Dan and I are going to be quoting a lot from the Westgate Super Bowl Superbook. They have their huge 55-page manual guide. It's got over 2,000 prop bets. It's heaven on earth. Long story short, like Dan said, 10 years. Dan and I always find the most obscure bar we can find in Vegas, and we get this book, sit there, go through a lot of beers, have a lot of fun, and go through a lot of highlighters. We come out making our wagers, and we have a blast. So we're doing this live with you guys. This is going to be pretty much unedited, full through. So apologies in advance, but we're going to have a good time doing it. We're trying to make it as fun as possible virtually. It's one of the first years we haven't done it together. So here's my receptions. All right. I got Jake Bobo. All right. Mr. Bobo missed a lot of time this season with injury. He's come back strong. He had a big week last week, obviously a touchdown. So Bobo's getting on the field more. And there's also a lot of injuries. So I'll tell you why I picked Bobo in a second. But I got Jake Bobo over a half-yard receiving. That's it. And that's at plus 185. If for our adventure seeking people, you can go Jake Bobo over 9.5 receiving yards at plus 280. Or if you just say, I want to go really, really, really soft, you can go Jake Bobo 1 catch at plus 160. I like all of these, to be honest. Even the over 9.5 yards, I'm going to bet a little on that one. I love Jake Bobo a half yard over at 1 yard receiving. That's it at plus 185. I love that freaking bet. That's going to be my biggest one out of there. And think about the injuries right now for Seattle. They are down Zach Charbonnet. He's their 3rd down back. He loves to come around and get open the middle. Darnold finds him all the time. So They need people to step up, whether it's going to be AJ Barner getting in the mix more, or Jake Bobo, which I think it's going to be Jake Bobo. He's excelled when had the opportunities preseason. He's a goddamn rock star. It's a shame he got injured. He was on a great trajectory. Then I stuck with, for our loyal listeners, we got a running joke about Travian Henderson, a good friend of the show, Mike Florio. Thank you. He was a guest one time. I know he's listening. Appreciate you, Mike. But we we got a love-hate relationship with Travion Henderson. He made us a lot of money, and then he bent us over for weeks at a time. Then we just started betting against him. This week we're back on the overs. So we're going to go Travion Henderson over 1.5 yards receiving. That's at -114. It's definitely worth the squeeze. Or for adventure people, again, over 9.5 yards receiving at +280. So I like it. I like actually both. I think the books think he gets that one catch, Dan. They got him at over a half reception at -156. So they're confident he's going to get that
Okay.
catch. So why wouldn't he get 9.5 yards? He's super explosive with the ball in his hands. So +280 is good value there for a middle-sized bet. And then over 1.5 yards receiving at -114, it's worth the vig. Then we got Pop Douglas. This one's simple. Demario Douglas kind of falling off the face of the earth in that Patriots offense. A couple injuries and just Drake May really finding other players. I think in the big lights, situations happen where you find people you're comfortable with. Douglas was a security blanket next to Hunter Henry last season. He continues to be this game. Over 1.5 receptions at +178. Good value there. Don't go crazy on that one, but I like that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I like the thought process behind the 9.5 yards for Henderson, right? So
Yeah, just like he's so explosive when he touches that
right.
ball. I got a fun couple rushing ones. Did you do any rushing?
I did none. I did not have one.
All right, you're going to follow me on this one, I promise you. First, we'll save the best one for last, all right? First, we'll start with Travion Henderson. If you think he's going to have a good game rushing the ball, this is for our Henderson truthers. Over 24.5 rushing yards at +188. I'll sprinkle a few shekels on that. I'm not going crazy on that. And then we got the classic Sam Darnold over 2.5 rush attempts. Super Bowl, he's going to try to make anything happen. And that's at +116. And then I love this one, George Halani, the backup running back for Seattle. They're kind of a two-headed monster there with Sharp and Walker. Walker's just been a workhorse this playoffs, but Halani steps up here. 2.5 rush attempts at -140. I really see him getting the ball and a couple more than 4 times this game. So 2.5 rushes is an easy pick for me. Kenneth Walker is my other one. I love Kenneth Walker this playoffs. He's been phenomenal. Over 15.5 as his longest rush at +110. They do that zone block where that outside gets open and you see guys with Walker's speed and just that burst. He hits that and he's gone. So 15.5 yards rushing as the longest rush. I love that. And then I'm betting against my boy Drake May here, all right? Under 13.5 yards as his longest rush for +110. Just because that Seattle defense, they're a swarm defense. You see the quarterback get out of the pocket, they're swarming him. And I really think May's not going to get more than 10 yards on a rush. I really feel that way. And then my dude, this is my fun one. All right. So I love this bet. This is one of the crazy bets people will think, but for this one just makes sense. Super Bowl, you see this all the time. There's coaches that will scheme and make plays to get the best player the ball as often as possible. That's why I really feel strongly that JSN is going to be a key component of this game. Obviously, he's Seattle's whole offense almost, but over a half rushing yard is at +290. I love this bet. It's one of those weird props that I absolutely love. Mind you, it could be a pass from behind the line of scrimmage and JSN takes off. Maybe he's a yard behind Darnold. You get a rush out of that. Or an end around. You get a rush out of that. There's so many opportunities that they can get the ball in JSN's hands. This just makes sense. So +290. I'm going to go a little big on that weird bet. I like that one a lot. It's going to be fun to root for, too. You got all game to kind of watch it progress. So, yeah, man. Hey, what do you got? What's the next category here?
I do like your JSN bet, just to throw that out there. I do think
Yes.
that at +290, that's a pretty solid number there. My next thing that I have is everyone's favorite is kicking, right?
Yes.
So, not gonna start with the field goal kickers, though. I'm gonna start with the punters. My first or my only punting bet is a downed punt inside the 5-yard line.
Oh,
I bet yes, and that's at +200. So either
okay.
team can, if they can pin someone down there, then That's easy money there. Then I moved into the field goal one, and my favorite one out of these that I'm about to share, I'll share that first here, is the first made field goal over 37.5 yards. That's at -115. I like that one a lot, and probably the most out
Yeah.
of these field goal wagers. And then the second one, longest field goal made. And again, these are by either team,
Hmm.
over 49.5 yards. And my long shot is a doink. So any ball to hit the goal post, whether it's field goal or extra point, and that's at plus 600.
What a beautiful time to get into our funky ass bets, too. You start with the doink. I'm gonna follow you, dude. I'm for one, the -115. What was it? 37.5 yards. You said for the first
Yeah,
field goal.
for the
I
first
love that
field goal
bet.
made. Yep.
That's a safe, nice bet. -115 is a good value. I'll probably follow you on that one. I'm not gonna do the pin in the 5. I love that shit, though. I love punting props. This stuff makes me so excited. But I definitely will follow you on that one. That first one. The other one, the doink, why not, dude? Let's do it. I'm gonna follow you
Yeah.
on that. I'll put some shit on there. That'll be fun. Yeah, my kicking one's very boring compared to yours. I just went with Patriots kicker getting over 6.5 points. So, Royal Gals is on you. However the hell you say your name, you need to do this, man. -103. It's amazing, dude. I had this guy on my fantasy team too. I can't even say his goddamn name. I'm not kidding. I really can't. Was it Borregales, right?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah, yeah. So either way, 6.5 points. You can do this.
I
I
didn't
got
know Gostkowski ever left the Patriots, to be honest with you.
That's amazing. Oh man. All right, let's get in some funky ones, man. All right, so we are going to be citing the Westbrook Superbook, Super Bowl book. All right. A lot of books going on there and bowls. I don't know what's going on, but either way, this is the shit. If you guys have not been to Vegas, you got to get to the Westgate Super Bowl, Superbook. It's a classic, timeless classic. You got to get over there.
So before we do that, I did have a couple more bets that I wanted to share, and then we can get into the Westgate one. So
Oh, yeah.
I
Right
did
on.
do the tails coin toss for
Yes.
I did tails, so that was at -102, and then I did first team to record a first down. For whatever reason, the line is juiced towards the Seahawks. So I took the Patriots on this one. I get that at even money at plus 100. So
Yeah.
no
It's a coin
handicap or
toss.
anything into that. Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
I'll take a shot at some even money there and hope the Patriots. I hope the Patriots get the ball first, and then they get at least one first down that drive. So the other one I really liked was the Seahawks. Will the Seahawks convert a fourth down? I did yes on that at minus 110 as well.
I will follow that. I like
Um,
that bet. It's a really good one.
and I believe that was it. Yep. So those
Right
were
on.
my other ones there.
All right, let's get funky, man. I like that one a lot. The fourth down one, that makes total sense to me. It's a pretty easy bet there. Let's go through these. Let's have fun, man. So one of the bets I love to bet every year, and it's awesome. It's just basically will more than the quarterbacks throw the ball the game. That's it. So or a backup quarterback. All you need is more than the starting quarterbacks to throw the ball. Over 2.5 passers in the game is at plus 270. This is the time of the year people make crazy play calls like Philly special. That one's very, very right on. But otherwise, even the fact that you have an injury or they put in a backup for a few plays, there's another pass you get it. This has hit, I think, 3 of the past 4 for me. So I love this bet. Over 2.5 passers, plus 270. Go do it. Have fun. Root for the backup to get in there or root for any kind of trick plays. It's a blast. Do you have another weird one? I got a bunch.
So I am always intrigued by the ones that like do the props like within the different sports. So Jalen Brunson points. I think the game is on Super Bowl Sunday, or it's the night before. You got to check what that is. I think it's on the Super Bowl Sunday, but Brunson to have more points than AJ Barner receiving yards. Um,
So there we go. Let's start with
yeah,
that. Let's do that. So Brunson's averaging like 25 a game, right? Somewhere around there.
probably somewhere in there.
Right on. And
Yeah,
what's Barner's over under at? I probably about 28, maybe 35. I got to look at what they had him at. It was too
right.
much for me not to bet it. I know that. I was like, little too close to where I would put him right at, so I didn't bet it. I didn't see any value in it, but let's just assume 35. I like 35 yards for him. So I would go over on Barner. I'm picking Barner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I will probably always lean towards the basketball players. Just,
Okay.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I feel like, you only they're offering it for a reason, right?
Yeah.
And, I don't know. The downside will be, like, you could get crushed on that if Brunson leaves the game early, doesn't play as many minutes, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Which that tends to happen. I think I did
Hmm.
bet one, like, a couple years ago, and the person didn't even play, which that doesn't count, so that's good.
Hmm.
It is the NBA after all, so they do tend to, take some days off.
Yeah, they certainly do. Yep. There's a lot worse positions than getting a push, though. So I like the Jalen Brunson, though. I'm gonna lean towards Barner. I think Barner has a decent game this game. And I got a couple. I found some fun ones on him that we can get into shortly. But we'll start with this. So let's go. Will either team score 3 times in a row? Dan Ambrose, yes or no? Yes is at -170. No is at +150.
No,
I
I don't
like
think so.
that.
Not this game.
I love that bet. This is one of those that screams no to me, and that's what scares the shit out of me. The books are pushing us to pick no. They're at +150, but I'm doing it. I'm a sucker. I'm going to do it. No team will score 3 times in a row this game. I think it's very evenly matched. How about this one, man? Will there be first? What is an octopus, Dan Ambrose? How about you educate our beautiful fans here?
So, an octopus in football terms is a player who scores a touchdown and gets the 2-point conversion. So, you get 6 points and then the 2, that's 8, right?
Hmm.
Which is an octopus. And, do I think that's gonna happen? I don't think there's a chance that happens because I am not high on there even being a 2-point conversion attempted in this game.
Okay. Big call. I like it, man. I think I like it just because it reminds me of Jalen Hurts doing it last year. It's not going to happen, but 16-1 if you were to like it. I'm not going to bet it. I appreciate the exclamation though. How about a scoregami, man? What's a scoregami?
So, the scoregami is any score that happens that's sorry, the final score is a score that's never happened in any NFL game. I thought this would be higher. I think it was at what, 14?
15-1 for some
15 to
reason.
1?
That makes
Yeah.
no sense to me.
It feels like it should be higher, but then again,
Yeah.
it's offered, right? So, like, they don't
Hmm.
have to necessarily offer it, but, yeah,
Yep.
fun bet.
What do you got? Another fun one?
I don't the Darnold one. So, Darnold receiving,
Yes.
having a reception, that was at I think I had it written down. I did not. I do not.
It's at 14-1.
14 to
14-1. I
1
got it
for a
right here.
reception.
Yep. I love
Yeah,
that.
so what do you think of that one?
I'm doing it. I'm going to do it because let me tell you what's going to happen here. Okay. Milton Williams, former Philadelphia Eagle, 2 sacks last Super Bowl, will come right up that middle. He's going to knock that ball in the air, and little Sam Darnold's going to catch it. That's going to be my Sam Darnold catch. Thanks, brought to you by Dan Ambrose's brain. We talked a little bit about this a little while ago, and you brought that to me, and I'm like, I love that, man. So that's going to go in line with my next bet anyway. But either that happens or we get another Philly special, which is probably not going to happen. But there is a chance that he gets a deflection. I like that pretty good, actually. This next one is tied into that one. Milton Williams, former Eagle, 2 sacks last year. They paid him a lot of money in New England. In my opinion, he didn't deserve that much, but he good for Milton. I'm rooting for him. Very classy guy. 3 Super Bowls in 5 years, man. Did you know that with Milton?
It's good to be good, I guess, right?
Blew my mind. It's good to
Or
end
maybe
up on
not
good teams.
maybe not so good, you just get moved around,
Yeah, exactly. Robert Ory, you know what I mean? He had
right?
bring him in like with 1-3 every now and then. But yeah, I mean, Milton Williams to get a sack is at +600. I like the value in that, man. I really do. They paid the guy a lot of money. Let's say he steps up and finally makes a big play when he has to and earns that cash. Just a classy dude. I'm rooting for him. So I'm rooting for a sack, really, because I bet on him. Let's say I'm not rooting for him. I bet on you, so win. All right. And then my other ones, like these, they did a lot of these comparison, and I love these, dude. I don't know if you get into these, but they do those more or less. We kind of did it with Brunson, but they go to like the nth degree here. So, like, they have more receiving yards. We talked a little bit about this. Your boy Booty. Or you can go you got Kayshawn Booty at -2.5, or you got AJ Barner.
Oh, Booty. I
Oh, I
mean,
know. This is a lock for
I
you.
you know, I really should just bet him to win MVP while I'm at it. I mean,
I
might as well
you
just
know,
throw it in there.
I don't know why you're not. Let's look that up while we're looking at this. You could easily search it. I say you do it. This is the one I like a lot. Okay, so AJ Barner is -3.5 yards more than Ramondre Stevenson. So basically, who's going to have more receiving yards? AJ Barner or Ramondre Stevenson, and then you're going to subtract 3.5 from AJ or add 3.5 to Ramondre, whatever you want to do. But that's how you're getting your number. I like AJ Barner, man. I really do. I think 35 yards, like I said, bring him down to 32 receiving yards. Maybe Stevenson comes out with like 25, 26. I think that's about what he averages. That's about it. I love that bet. I think it makes sense. Yeah. I got a bunch more. You got any other weird ones?
The only other weird one, right, was just back on to the NBA one. It'd be interesting to see this because since this was released probably about a couple days, week ago, maybe, but now at this point, Clippers Timberwolves -4.5 on this versus Drake May's passing yards. With Harden leaving the Clippers, I'm wondering if that changed or they took it down. But uh, yeah,
So let's go with what we know. We know they got May slated at 199.5. You think
yeah,
they're going to score more than 200 points that game?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I
Seems
think
trappy.
yeah, it does. I
Yeah.
feel like 240 is a decent number, right? So,
Yeah. Excuse me.
but,
Yeah,
um,
it's a good number. I
yeah,
like that. I hope May has a good game. I'm betting over 199.5. Already said that. It's just too much value there in a big stage like the Super Bowl. These guys either step up or they choke, and I don't think Drake May is going to choke. I think he's a pretty good football player. And then let's see. I think that's about it, man. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Uh, Dan, well, in the first kickoff, all that stuff. So either team, are they scoring the first 6.5 minutes?
yeah, I do think so. I think somebody scores, whether it's a field goal,
Mm-hmm.
safety, something, right? Yeah, I like it.
I like it too. I'm gonna do it too, and it's at plus 105. If you said no, then you're at minus 125. And obviously, this, like I said, you have 54 pages of this, so you can literally just go up and up and up. If you think you're gonna score in 3.5 minutes, you're at plus 400. I mean, it keeps going. So you have a lot of options to bet here. You can get greedier as you go up. So you can even get less greedy. You think they're not going to score into 8.5 minutes. So it's a lot of fun. It's a pretty good bet. I think those first 6.5 minutes, I think that happens. Definitely 5.5. I'm not as confident.
Right.
Yeah. And then I'm trying to see what else we got here. And basically, did you have are sharps or anybody pounding this or what?
No, I haven't really seen or heard anything on that. Nothing too crazy. The one I'm a little bit curious, I'll get your opinion on it. The over under for both teams combined 645.5 yards at -110.
Oh, there we go. So,
So, do you think that happens? I mean, it's a weird bet in the sense
mhm.
of, like, the numbers are so geared towards the defense, it feels like, but then now they're coming out and saying thinking that each team's gonna have over 300 yards, in total offense.
Yeah, I'm a little confused by that too. It's kind of counterintuitive. And we bet the over, you and I. So I think over on that. I say we go over.
Right,
You know what I mean? That's a lot of yards, but if our over hits, it has to be with a lot of yards, in my opinion.
right,
And both teams are, specifically Seattle, they're a big chunk team. They're explosive play offense where they hit 2 or 3 big plays. And then the offense could stall out, and it has. They've had weeks where it's stalled out. So you get those big chunk plays, and then they do nothing with it. So I can see that being under as well. But I mean, the under actually happening if it does, but over in yards still. You know what I mean? So there's
right.
that opportunity. But overall, I'm hanging with that over, bro. So let's just hit it. Have fun with this. I can't stress it enough, everybody. We just gave you a shit ton of picks. Don't parlay them. All right. We like you guys listening to the show. We like you guys having happy lives. Don't throw away your money. All right. If you want to throw away your money, sponsor our show. Okay. So
Correct.
just email us,
Correct.
sponsor our show. You can sponsor it. Okay. We'll make a deal with you. All right. So either way, we're looking good. This is a fun time, Dan. This is a great time. Actually, I love this every year. So I got
Yep.
nothing else, man.
It's bittersweet, right? It's the end of
Yeah, it
football,
is.
but it's a fun game, fun day. And yeah, I'm looking forward. I enjoyed this season. Looking forward to the recap of the Super Bowl next week, and then I guess we start looking at the NFL draft, and
Oh
then
yeah,
shortly after that, the schedule release, and then we can start getting into where we think the divisions are going to end up, and just a full circle again over the
exactly.
summer.
And we will do a nice season in review. Technically, we have a lot of futures bets we need to go over. This guy's in a few of them. Justin Fields. We know
Can't
how
wait
that
for him
went.
to be in them next year.
You know, yes. So futures will be coming back next season. Dan and I agreed to do another season. Thanks very much. The bottom line is, we're excited to come back. And honestly, our recap and all this stuff, it's going to be tied in with other celebrity hosts. So we're going to have a bunch of people on this year. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited to tell you guys more about it. Can't wait to see you next week, and follow us on Twitter and all that good stuff, or X, I'm sorry. Dan's D Ambrose 04. B Shells 13. And thanks, guys. Appreciate the listen. Have fun. Win some money. Dan, you got anything else?
No. Just enjoy the game, like you said, and I guess don't be betting on crypto right now. So rough day for those guys. So
We're laughing. It hurts.
yeah, it does.
Different magnetic. Yo, my rhymes vaulted, here my memory banks that never be released by